Hi everyone, greetings from Development Commissioner Visakhapatnam Special Economic Zone, ARMDT, and I'm very happy to note that World Free Zones Organization, Regional Office India, has invited me to say few words on the theme that they have adopted as central theme for the discussion or the annual international conference to be held on during 21st to 24th June 2021, that is free zones as engines of safety and compliance. This is basically towards clean trade and a secure future. It's such an important topic that I'm very happy that I've been given an opportunity to say few words about this topic. And coming to the topic, I would like to say that I come from Visakhapatnam Special Economic Zone, one of the fast upcoming special economic zones of the country, with almost 61 SEZs operational and 527 units fully operational. And I come to the topic saying that over past few decades, several countries in the world have been tracking the performance of their SEZs. Basically, everyone is doing that. Data is systematically collected on the number and type of SEZs, acreage, products manufactured or services offered. This paved the way for collection of an important data and tracking of a large amount of data on their overall performance, whether they have been able to achieve their goals in terms of employment, export growth, attracting investments, and transfer of technical know-how, etc. These are considered to be most direct measures for economic benefit analysis. And countries have been largely using this data in order to track down the economic benefits of SEZs or free zones. These are then considered as a key measure to identify the success or failure of zones. The major disadvantage of this tracking is that certain success stories which have been recorded may not be applicable in other zones or the SEZs or in other countries. The circumstances are different. The indirect benefits such as indirect employment, interlinking of supply chain or value addition, overall technical or technological upgradation are difficult to measure in this tracking mechanism. As such, we don't have any tracking mechanism for that as on today. Despite all these, there have been several concerns around the low skill levels of the employees, poor working conditions of labor, lack of protection to workforce, simple assembly line operations. These are all the concerns. Undue focus on one single sector or few free zones. These apart, issues such as lack of safety and compliance procedures in free zones is leading to large illicit trading operations, posing a threat to their sustainability. Lack of safe procedures at zones will be unprofitable, especially to the investors, due to limited tenants taking this profession over a period of time or joining the SEZs. Safety and compliance procedures need to be established for sustainable and investment friendly zones. A mere establishment of procedures will not suffice. We need to ensure that these procedures are being regularly monitored and tracked on a continuous basis. And at this point of time, I would like to bring out some of the monitoring and tracking mechanisms that need to be put in place on a regular basis for having a safe and compliance free zones. Some of them are, I'll just give very brief, that what we will monitor is the number of illicit trade cases related to a particular free zone or a unit. So this is very important for us. We also maintain a list of fraudulent units that is being tracked every year for the entire country, VSCZ provides that data. And number of cases of money laundering and other organized crimes happening in the zones. Number of cases related to anti-dumping complaints. The nature and extent of customs involvement owing to complaints. The number of tax evasion cases. Number of missing cargoes. We had several such examples in VSCZ where the cargo went missing. Later tracked evasion of anti-dumping or other duties where free zones are just being utilized as mere storage spaces, not really meeting the goals of the SCZ for which it is set up. Intellectual property rights infringement, cases of counterfeit goods, cases customs officials not directly involved in approval processes, and cases of failure to produce origin of goods certificate. This has been happening even in the past 10 years. We have recorded one case which is now presently in Honorable Supreme Court. Lack of digital, we don't have digital procedures or practices at zones. Very nominal. We have got still, there is a lot to improve. And regarding cyber crimes, how to keep them under check. Once these robust standards and measures are put in place, a continuous tracking need to be carried out to ensure desired results. Apart from monitoring by internal team of experts, zones can also get them audited through third parties and have an independent inspection agencies. These measures build the confidence levels of the zone operators and assure safety in transactions. Apart from all these, zones can also adopt globally acclaimed complaint procedures including World Customs Organizations, Authorized Economic Operator, etc. Lastly, I would like to conclude that these measures not only should be monitored and tracked down by the zones themselves, but the respective country's government should also publish them on a regular basis without any bias, so that all the free zones in the world will get an access to this data and they can further make it safe and clean operations in the zones. Government should also conduct surprise visits. Proper channel communication should be maintained between law enforcing agencies, customs and other concerned parties for taking suitable actions against all concerned. A periodical analysis and review of the above measures will go a long way in curbing any illicit trade practices and ensuring safe and compliance procedures for creating much better investment attracting zones. Visakhapatnam Special Economic Zone is exercising due diligence with regards to all the above points just now I quoted, and with the result that we have created a very friendly environment for the investors to come and associate with us. And with all these, in the last 2 years we have achieved a growth of 52%. I can tell you, in 2020-21 we have crossed 1 trillion rupees exports, that is exactly 1,13,975 crores exports were achieved, and this is a record by itself. In the past 32 years VSCZ has achieved, and its growth rate was 14.50%, both positive in terms of merchandise and services. Our services sector contributes to almost 70% and merchandise sector up to 20%. The balance all put together will achieve only 10% of the targets or targeted exports. With this, I welcome the international community who is attending this annual conference and request them to join the VSCZ community, where we have got world-class infrastructure, like we have got Phoenix, DLF, we have got Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Cognizant, Tech Mahindra, TCS, Wipro, You name any international organization, they have got their infrastructure set up in VSEZ, and we have got world class apparel SEZ in the name of Brandix. We got building products SEZ, which is specialized in building products, exporting all first class building materials to the world. And we have got so many. Apache we have got with us, Recity we have got with us, and a number of APSEZ we have got, VSEZ we have got, and we have got all successful SEZs. We have got Dr. Reddy's, Divi's, we have got, you need take any pharma, it's the VSEZ is the hub of pharma for the entire country. Thank you everybody. Once again, thanks to World Free Zones Organization, Regional Office India, for specially giving me this opportunity to interact and convey my message on the theme on the eve of this annual conference. Thank you and good day.